get started. So if you could please find your seats and settle down, we'll begin the program. Oh, I said I was going to silent. All right, everyone. If you all could please settle down, we're ready to begin. We have an hour, so we want to make sure we get as much in as we can. All right. Thank you. Before we dive into today's event, I would like us to recognize that we are gathered on the ancestral and unceded lands of the Ho-Chunk Nation, who have stewarded this land for generations. The land has always been and continues to be of great importance to the Ho-Chunk people. Our communities have benefited and continue to benefit from the use and occupation of this land. In keeping with our values of community and diversity, we acknowledge our responsibility to make visible our relationship to indigenous peoples. By offering this land acknowledgement, we affirm indigenous sovereignty and commit to holding ourselves and our agencies more accountable to the needs of American, Indian, and indigenous peoples. If you would like to learn more about the land you're on, I encourage you to visit native-land.ca. All right. And with that in mind, it's my pleasure to introduce our first guest, Justin Feesky Russell. Justin is a local artist specializing in hip-hop, poetry, and creative production. He's a student and a hip-hop and urban art scholar at UW-Madison, as well as a member of First Wave. Justin is pursuing a degree in education and education administration so he can better position himself to impact the lives of our youth, whom he believes holds the key to a better society. Welcome to the stage, Justin.
Hey. What's up, y'all? As she said, my name is Justin, and I got a poem for y'all. It's called Homecoming. I wrote this about time I spent in the foster care system as a youth and kind of finding home and what home means to me. Okay. I have fond memories of the South Side, 2 stuffed animals, a blanket, and a change of clothes I was given as I stand by the South Transfer Point on my way back to the foster care clinic. The song my soul sung was one of longing, longing for something permanent, a place I could stay, a place that was ciphered in love, and love was the principle. But the song my soul sung was riddled with doubt, my mind upside down, unable to hear it out. On the upside, I found ways to clear it out. I still remember how it sounded. I'm about to go sing it now. It went something like, every child deserves a home, I know, but where you go when home deserts you. Every child deserves a home, I know, but where you go when home deserts you. My grandfather's house, with its large demeanor, filled to the brim with junk, the couch, the smell of mold, the VHS player equipped with the only tapes that we could find. Home was a concept I couldn't grasp back then. Now that I relive again and grasp the pen, I realize that home was there too. It was just hidden beneath all this clutter. Another verse of the song comes about. Every child deserves a home, I know, but where you go when home deserts you. Every child deserves a home, I know, but where you go when home deserts you. The forest behind my new place, the dark, mysterious bushes. Here, I can be one with the dark, one with the squirrels and the birds. This is almost like a home. I feel safe here, more than I did before. The trees bring me peace of mind as I take my time to watch what passes by. The fond memories of what was, along with the dreams of the future. My mind barely stuck in reality. Still, the song plays on. What makes a house a home? What makes a house a home? I do not know. What makes a house a home? What makes a house a home? I do not know, but I know that love is found in my teacher's office, where I'd go to skip class, watch hours pass one by one till the day's done like I ain't learned a thing. But the smiles people bring and the songs they sing, love was in the air, and I couldn't help but to breathe it in, and she was there. The closest thing I ever had to a home before this. What makes a house a home? What makes a house a home? Now I know what makes a house a home. What makes a house a home? And now I know. Her arms swallowed me. Her heart touched mine so casually as if love was her way of greeting. And her voice spoke with so much wonder, so much thought, and so much meaning. I recall that song of longing. All those years I spent searching for something without truly understanding what it was. I remember how she sounded for the first time. I remember the long talks, the good, the bad. I remember how she held me as if there was no intent to harm. The home I deserved was found in her arms. The song finally came to an end, and I realized home wasn't just a shelter from the cold, like I felt standing at that South transfer point. Home was a place for love, a place to grow, but most of all, it was a place to come back to. Thank you.
One more round of applause for Justin for that spoken word. That was beautiful, Justin. Good morning again, everyone. Welcome to the 20th Annual Homes for Families Fundraising Breakfast. We're thrilled to be celebrating 25 years of good work by the Road Home, thanks to supporters like you. As we celebrate the past 25 years and look forward to the future, I'd like to recognize our current staff and board members. Please stand if you have ever been part of the staff or the board of directors. Woo! Look at all this love in the room. Yay! Okay, thank you for all doing your part in helping to end homelessness in our community. I'd like to also welcome Mayor Rhodes Conway. And if you could, she's not here yet. Oh, sorry. I looked around like, is she here? Sorry. Well, when she gets here, y'all, we're just gonna welcome her. Well, today's breakfast would not be possible without our table hosts and generous sponsors. A list of table hosts can be found in your programs. And I ask at this moment, if you could please hold your applause to the end as we acknowledge our sponsors. A very special thank you to our presenting sponsor, UW Health. Many thanks to our champion level sponsors, Steve Brown Apartments and True Stage. And thank you to our partner sponsors, Alliant Energy, American Family Insurance Dreams Foundation, Frank Beverage Group, MG&E, Quartz, Reynolds Transfer and Storage, and Unity Point Health Merida. And finally, thank you to our advocates and friend sponsors whose names and logos are on the screen behind me. Okay, so at this point, you all are probably wondering who I am. So my name is Takesha, and I'm truly honored to be here this morning as your MC. I'm even more so because of the deep personal connection I have with the Road Home. This organization has not only been a significant part of my professional life for over a decade, but it also played a crucial role in my personal journey. One that began in 2009 when my daughter and I found ourselves homeless, and I was referred to their program. It was a challenging time, but it also became the turning point in my life. What the Road Home provided was more than just housing. They gave us stability, hope, and the belief that a better future was possible. With their support, I was able to rebuild my life, work toward my goals, and create a stable foundation that has allowed me to stand here before you today. But my connection to the Road Home didn't stop at being a participant. They saw something in me and gave me the opportunity to work with them, which further strengthened my ability to reach for higher goals. Now, it's one thing to receive support, but to also be employed by the very organization that helped me, that was empowering beyond words. Working for the Road Home gave me the chance to give back to the community that had given me so much. I found joy in being able to help others and find their way to help others, find their way just as I had once done. While I valued helping one family at a time, I soon realized I wanted to make changes in the broader homeless system. I became more involved in the Homeless Services Consortium and began leading the effort to help them involve the voices of past and current participants in their work. But this journey wasn't without struggle. There were many moments when I felt like my voice wasn't being heard and that the policies in place didn't address the realities of homelessness. It was in those moments of frustration that the idea for the Lived Experience Council began to take shape. I knew we needed a space where the voices of those who had been through homelessness could be heard, where we could influence the policies and programs that directly affected us. So in August of 2020, the Lived Experience Council, or LEC, was born. Yep, thank you. Today, the LEC stands as a powerful voice for those who have experienced homelessness, working to ensure that policies reflect the real needs of our community. Many of us, including myself, were once participants of the Road Home, and we used our lived experience to advocate for policies that truly work for people and not against them. We've been instrumental in everything from leadership development to the design of our community's 5-year plan to prevent and end homelessness, and for the first purpose-built shelter for men, ensuring that the services offered meet the real needs of those experiencing homelessness. As I reflect on my journey, I can't help but to think about how much more powerful the Road Home is because they value input from people with lived experience. Their staff includes people with lived experience, their board includes people with lived experience, and many of their participants go on to become part of their mission, and they have been supportive of the Lived Experience Council since its inception. This is a testament to the impact the Road Home has on the people it serves. Impact that doesn't just end when someone gets housing. It continues as they find ways to give back, to lift up others, and to push for lasting change in our community. As we continue this work of system change, I'm reminded of something I heard at a conference hosted by the National Alliance to End Homelessness. The speaker used the metaphor of the miner's canary. So story time. So in the late 1800s, miners would bring canaries down into the mines because the birds were more sensitive to toxic gases like carbon monoxide. If the canary became distressed, it was a warning sign to the miners that danger was near. Homelessness to me is much like the miner's canary. It's a warning sign, a symptom of deeper societal problems. Things like racial disparities in wages, housing, education, healthcare, and employment. When people are experiencing homelessness, it tells us that something is wrong in the larger system. So just like the canary's distress, homelessness should be our wake-up call. It's a signal that we need to take action to address these broader issues. The work of the LEC is grounded in this belief. We're not just advocating for housing, we're advocating for systemic change. Things like affordable housing, living wages, and better access to health care. We're pushing to dismantle the barriers that keep people trapped in cycles of homelessness, and we're making sure the voices of those with lived experience are heard at every level of decision making. Being part of the LEC has allowed me to connect with others who share this passion, and it's given me hope that we can make real, lasting change. But none of this would have been possible without the Road Home. Their belief in me as a participant, as an employee, and as the founding member of the Lived Experience Council gave me the strength to lead, to advocate, and to push for change. And their impact doesn't end with me. It extends to many others who have walked a similar path. and now stand with me on the Lived Experience Council of Dane County. Now, please take some time to enjoy your food and the company at your tables, and thank you all very much.
Okay. Hello, everyone. No. All right. All right. Can I have everyone's attention, please? Okay. All right. All right, so before I start, let's get this out of the way. I'm a Detroit Lions fan, and I'm a U of M fan. So we're all friends after this, okay? So no, I appreciate everyone being here. Good morning, I'm Michael Etheridge, and I am honored to stand before you today as the new Executive Director of the Road Home Dane County. It's been both exciting and deeply personal for me to take on this role, not just because of the amazing work this organization has been doing for the past 25 years, but also because of my own journey. My path to this point hasn't been an easy one. I know firsthand the uncertainty that comes with experiencing homelessness. I've lived through nights of not knowing where I would sleep or how I would find stability again. Years of drug use led to my incarceration, which caused me to miss significant moments in my life, my children's first steps, birthdays, and other milestones. Those were incredibly challenging times that tested me in ways I never imagined. It is only because of a loving, merciful, and caring God that I stand before you today, 18 years clean. It's that very experience that fuels my passion and deep commitment to this work. I can say from lived experience that the work that we do at the Road Home has the potential to transform lives in profound ways. And it's why I'm so deeply grateful to be a part of an organization that has spent 25 years doing just that, providing hope, housing, and support to families in need. The Road Home continues to impact unhoused families and children every year by helping them find stability, dignity, and a path forward. In 2023, the Road Home served 237 families, including 519 children. 53% of those families increased their household income, and 96% remained stably housed. Looking ahead, my vision for the future of the Road Home is one of continued growth and deeper impact. While we celebrate the work we've done, we also know there's more to be done. The housing crisis continues to affect too many families in our community, but with a strong team, supportive partners, and the resilience of families we serve, I'm confident that together we can make an even bigger difference in the years to come. As I reflect on my first 11 weeks at the Road Home, I can't help but be filled with gratitude and optimism. It's been a whirlwind of learning, connection, and growth. One of the things that struck me most during this time is the sheer dedication and heart that runs through every aspect of this organization. Kristen has been an incredible mentor and guide. Her deep knowledge of the organization, her commitment to our mission, and her and the board of directors' support have made this transition smoother for me. Thank you all for your support, knowledge, and perspective during this transition. Your guidance has been invaluable. Give them a round of applause. I've also had the pleasure of working closely with the Road Homes team, and I can confidently say that I've inherited a team that is not only highly capable, but also deeply passionate about the work we do. Whether it's tackling day-to-day operations, addressing big picture strategy, or supporting the families directly, everyone here is driven by a shared sense of purpose. I'm so proud to be a part of such a dedicated and talented group of individuals. Could all the Road Homes stand up, all the team that I work with, leadership, everybody. I've had the opportunity to meet and work alongside many of our collaborative partners and donors. To all of you, I want to say thank you. Your generosity and commitment make it possible for us to carry out our mission. Without you, the impact we're able to have wouldn't be nearly as great. From housing providers to community service organizations, I've been impressed by the way our partners work together with us to address the challenges our families face. It's through collaboration that we find solutions and create lasting change. A special thank you to Takesha and the Lived Experience Council for emceeing the event today. Your leadership and passion are felt by all of us. And of course, thank you, Justin, for your moving poetry performance. Your words continue to inspire us, and we are grateful for your contribution. I also want to take a moment to announce that I've been elected to the Homeless Service Consortium Board of Directors, representing the Lived Experience seat. This opportunity is especially meaningful to me as it allows me to bring my personal journey into our collective effort to address homelessness in our community. Lastly, I want to thank my family. Moving to Madison was a big change, and I'm so grateful for the support and sacrifice in this transition. Taking this new career has been a leap of faith, but one I believe will prove fruitful, not just for me, but for all of us at the Road Home, the families we serve, and the community we will impact. Thank you for standing by me and for believing in me. My wife couldn't be here, so give her a round of applause anyway. I'm excited about the journey ahead and look forward to working with each of you and to continue building a strong foundation we have at the Road Home. Together, we can keep lighting the way forward for the families who need us most. Thank you.
So my name is Shanika Lucas. I was in the program of Taylor Apartments. I became a client of Road Homes, and they helped me and my family out a lot. Before we got there, we actually came back from Beloit where we stayed, and I was going through some trouble things, so we ended up in the battered women's shelter, which led us to be homeless for about 6 months because of the pandemic.
So when I first met Shanika, she had just or in the process of moving into stable housing. So her and I both were volunteering for a food insecurity organization here in Madison. I just remember the first day when Shanika walked in, she was just like inside of herself. Like she didn't look up, she rolled her shoulders, she was just in and out, trying like not to have anyone notice her. And there'd be a few days where I'd come in and I'd see her and I'd try to make, small talk with her, and I'd see a big smile once in a while, and I'm like, oh, there is something in there. So she had been at a temporary shelter with her kiddos. Not a great situation to be in. Shelter was great, but just not what one would need to really do what you need to do.
Well, I've been with you for like 3 years, so I had 2 different advocates, and everyone was a big help for me. It was a lot of things I needed help with. I lost income at one point, couldn't pay some bills at one point. Paperwork I couldn't understand. And Becky helped me and my family out a lot, like things that really didn't even have anything to do with Road Home.
My name is Becky Bricker. I am a housing advocate / caseworker with the Road Home. I was introduced to Shanika when I started with the team in June of 2023. We've been working together ever since. She was on the CDA wait list for almost 4 years to get into public housing, so that was something that was a little frustrating. Just in the year and a half I've worked with her, she's had some pretty big and devastating losses.
Like, she helped me with court cases, paperwork, definitely household needs, and Christmas and birthdays. So yeah, Road Homes did a lot for me and my kids. It's like it was a big home. Everybody was family. I got memories that I probably wouldn't have been able to do because of my financial, but my daughter graduating makes my heart melt, and you guys help me with pictures and memories. Yeah, my daughter is my highlight.
I think that, having my office in Taylor Place, it makes it nice where you can just come down the hallway, and kind of just vent or talk about whatever problems you're having. And I always made it clear, like, don't be a stranger, come in, come talk to me. One thing that I really love about Shanika is that she will feel those feelings very intensely, but she doesn't stew in them.
Well, a lot of people, don't see the bigger picture. They just think of what they got going on and feel like, well, they should be able. Yes, we have the same 24 hours in the day, but some people don't have the education. Some people don't have the funds. Some people don't have a positive person in their life that's telling them they can.
No matter what hits her, she bounces back up and gets right back on to the focus of what's best for her kids. How can she better her life so that her kids have more opportunities and really just be happy?
That is something that I think is one of Shanika's greatest attributes, is that, she'll feel grief, she'll feel pain, anger, but then boom, like, I got a job to do.
What I say to people is, you help them. Don't talk about them, and you don't have to give them nothing. If you know somewhere they can go, a resource, help them, I gave my all and I still ended up homeless a couple times. But I knew what I had to do. It was either stay in that messed up situation or do what I have to do to get me and my kids out. Stop judging people by the cover. Read it. Ask questions. It's okay.
Good morning, everyone. I'd like to thank you all today for being here. My name is Shanika. I am not here just as a mother, daughter, student, friend, and survivor, but as someone whose life has been completely transformed by the power of the community support. My family and I have lived at Taylor Place apartment for 4 years, where we made memories, found peace, and started dreaming again. This past summer, we moved into a larger place. It's been a journey, but I'm excited to share it. Security was not always there. There was times when life felt like a long test of faith. I was praying my way out of domestic situations, and the world was being turned upside down by the pandemic. We were bouncing between shelters, trying to find some stable to stand on. The pandemic made it even harder. There were months, like 6 or 7 of them, where we didn't know what tomorrow would look like, where it felt like we were stuck waiting in the dark, just hoping for a light at the end of the tunnel. And I held on to that hope because I wanted to give my kids the kind of life I never had. But it was a roller coaster. And then the Road Homes reached out to us. That changed everything. They helped us find housing at Taylor Place. I remember when I first saw the apartment, I couldn't believe it. It was clean and beautiful, something me and my kids had never had before. See, I paid rent in full with the money I was making. There was just not enough to cover all the things my kid needed each month. With the support of the row homes, they managed to get me by. They helped me in ways I didn't even know I needed. I was connected with my incredible caseworker, Becky. She was a lifeline, helping me with things, helping me with everything, making it to appointments, to getting my kids enrolled in school, to removing burdens that were holding me back from moving forward in life. And Jennifer, my landlord, she became more than just that. She became family. She was there to help me with paperwork that I didn't understand, overcome obstacles that seemed impossible for me. I mean, they helped me a lot. Birthday boxes, household needs, everything. They helped us create memories. The row homes is now part of my memories. There's a lot of shame asking for help. I know some people feel ashamed and embarrassed, scared that others will look down on them. But I never felt that way. The row homes, they made me feel safe, like I could be honest and not not be judged by them at all. And I'm glad I opened up. When things fell short for me, they helped me find a way. They truly became a part of my family. I've always been a warrior, but always thinking about the next chapter, the next thing that could go wrong. But the row homes gave me a break when I needed it most. They helped me shift from a mindset of fear and to a mindset of peace, security, and growth. Before, I always was holding on to things on how my security was. It was my way of feeling scared or secure. I think I messed up, but okay. But with their help, I started letting go of fear and started living my life in ways that allow us to thrive and grow. They helped me not just with a stable home, but with a stable mindset. Today, I am a full-time student going to get my high school diploma and focusing on giving my kids everything they need to succeed. I'm surrounding myself with positive people and places to help me grow. And I've learned to see challenges as lessons in faith every day. I'm working on being a better for myself and my family. I want to express my thanks to the row homes and everyone who supported me and my family during some of our hardest times. There are so many families out there going through similar struggles, and I share my story today because I want people to know that it's okay to need help. It's okay to share your story. It's okay to accept help too, and we all fall short sometimes, but with the right support, we can all get back up again. I've learned that even in the darkest days, there is something in that darkness that is light. And when you finally reach the light and look back on all the things, you realize that everything you went through made you stronger. And the community makes it all the difference. Thank you all for being here today and continuing to help family like mine find security and hope through the row homes. Thank you.
Wow. I've already gotten a text from Belinda, a board member over there, who's hard to make cry, who just said you made her cry. So Wow, thank you so much, Shanika, for sharing your story and how the road home has helped along your journey. And just thanks for being here and sharing the space with us, and especially that smile. Keep smiling bright. Michael, where are you? Right in front of me. Not even 3 months on the job, and you're just totally showing your leadership skills. So happy to have been working alongside you. I've had a chance to see your work for the past 11 weeks, but I'm thrilled that the whole community is starting to get to know you now. I would like to personally thank you for both wanting to learn about and honoring the Road Home's 25-year history, taking that as you lead the organization forward. So thank you for that. And please know that I'll always be first in line rooting for you. And Keisha, I don't have words for you. I'll start crying. But you and the Lived Experience Council continue to inspire me every single day. You and I have been through a lot of ups and downs for 15 years since I first met you, and your determination and perseverance are second to none. You gave a lot of credit to the Road Home in your introduction, but I hope you know that you've uplifted me and so many others and the Road Home as an organization just as much as you feel we've empowered you. So. And to everybody else in the room and watching virtually, thank you for being with us this morning. For those who don't know me, my name is Kristen Orsinski, and I have been involved with the Road Home in different capacities for 20 years. Most recently, through my employment at Numbers for Nonprofits, I had the opportunity to serve as the Road Home's interim executive director from January to August of this year. I quickly learned some things had changed from when I was the executive director a couple of years ago. A lot of new faces on the staff, and an almost entirely new board of directors, to name a few. But then I noticed many things had not changed. For one, the mission and vision of ending family homelessness are still crystal clear. The staff, although some different faces, is still extremely dedicated and passionate. And unfortunately, external challenges are still the same today as they were a few years ago. Rising rents, not enough landlords willing to rent to families with housing barriers, and an undeniable lack of affordable housing in Dane County. All while national research shows the effects of homelessness on children also haven't changed. Children experiencing homelessness are more likely to be sick and hungry than children who have homes. They might have difficulty accessing medical and dental care. They are more likely to miss school, be suspended, have emotional and behavioral problems due to the trauma they've experienced, not have a sense of safety, have developmental delays, and much more. And the longer a child experiences homelessness, the more severe the consequences. For 10 years at this event, I had the honor of talking about the great things our staff and program participants were accomplishing, and was able to announce new partnerships and initiatives we are undertaking to help reduce family homelessness in our community. Today, my job is to ask for your financial support so the Road Home can continue to meet the needs of the community and to make those episodes of homelessness as short as possible. I'm very proud of the Road Home's impact for 25 years, which was made possible because of generous community support. When city staff, or county staff, or United Way staff, or housing developers, or partner agencies, or others would reach out to see if the Road Home was interested in taking on a new project, the first thing we do is make sure it aligned with our mission. We'd assess whether the initiative would increase equity or reduce racial disparities in our community. We'd make sure we had the appropriate staff infrastructure to strategically expand our capacity. And one of the most important questions we'd ask ourselves was if the program would be financially sustainable. Every dollar given today will have an impact on our community. And every recurring gift or multi-year pledge has an exponential impact, because when we know money is pledged for the next year or 2 or 5, that helps us be able to respond to opportunities to say yes to those new initiatives. It allows us to be nimble and be prepared for any potential challenges that might require additional resources. So if you are in a position today to not only make a one-time donation, but to make a multi-year commitment of any amount, please consider doing so to help set up Michael, the staff, and the road home for continued success and impact in our community. New this year, as part of the Road Home's commitment to community-centric fundraising, which is fundraising efforts rooted in equity and justice, we have teamed up with the Lived Experience Council. They helped us put on this event, and 3% of every dollar raised today will go to their group for the important work Takesha described, which they often do while not getting compensated for their time. Our goal is to raise $250,000, and thanks to our generous sponsors and leadership gift donors, listed on the screens behind me, we are already about halfway there. This breakfast is our one big fundraiser of the year and typically accounts for about 50% of our annual private donations raised. Before I ask the table host to pass out the pledge forms, I want to thank our current Homes for Families Society members. These donors have pledged at least $1,000 per year for 5 years. Your support has truly made a positive impact on the Road Home's work. I will be adding another year to my current pledge today and hope you will consider extending or increasing your current pledge as well. While we would love to welcome new supporters to our Homes for Families Society, which is the equivalent of about $83 per month, we sincerely thank you for any amount you're able to contribute. You can see examples of the impact of your support on the screens behind me. Table hosts, please pass out the pledge forms, if you haven't already. Hopefully you were listening. And there should be pens on the table as well. For those of you watching virtually, I think we're going to throw a donation link in the chat so you could go to that. For those of you in the room, when you've finished filling out your pledge form, please put it in the envelope that is being passed around and give it back to your table host, and then staff will collect envelopes from the table hosts. You'll also notice several ways to make a payment. You could choose whichever is most convenient to you, but please, if you haven't listened to anything else I've said, if you scan the QR code to make your payment right now immediately, we still ask that you complete the pledge form for our records. So for those of you who are trying to cheat, We'll give a few more minutes to complete those, and then Takesha will come wrap up. Thank you each again for taking time to join us today to learn more about the Road Home, to celebrate our 25th anniversary, and to support our critical ongoing efforts to end family homelessness.
Go ahead. All right. Thank you, everyone. This has been a wonderful morning, and I thank you all for being here today to listen to our wonderful speakers, our guest speakers, and just thank everyone for being here today. So in closing, I want to leave you all with this thought. Homelessness is not just an individual crisis, it's a collective one. And just like the miner's canary, it's a warning that we cannot afford to ignore. We must come together as a community with compassion and empathy to make sure that everyone has a safe and stable place to call home. This morning, as we celebrate the work of the Road Home and support their mission, I ask you to think about the ways we can all contribute to this cause. So thank you all for being here, and thank you for your support. And thank you to my son. It's his first time attending one of these breakfasts with me. Woo! Yay, Amir! Who's obviously being shy. He got that look like, oh my God, did she just call me out? Yeah, but yeah, together we can create a brighter future for everyone. So everyone, have a great day. Thank you. Oh, and don't forget your coffee mugs. Oh, yeah. Not the coffee, not Sheraton mugs, but the Road Home coffee mugs. Please don't forget to take the Road Home mugs. Thank you all.